Hey, this is Andy Bennett with the CSS News Civil War Interpretive Center. This is video number 5 in our Civil War Diseases series. Due to the blockade, the Confederacy is cut off from access to medical equipment and medications. They're brought in limited numbers. The Army is trying to focus on the bringing in of morphine and chloroform for surgeries. Several people, one Dr. Portrait from South Carolina, starts gathering up information about how we use our natural plants for medications, for industrial use, for cooking uses. And he comes out with a book called Southern Fields and Forests that people can use to give this information for useful plants that they can find in their natural surroundings. As a chemist or druggist in your local town, if I was that person, I could get that book and look at it and figure out some things. I'm out of the medicines I'm used to using, running low to compound some things for you. People were open to using natural medicines in the decades leading up to the Civil War. They had went away from a lot of physicians were still using very much the mindset that we were sick because of the bad humors, the yellow bile, black bile, blood, and phlegm. So they would bleed you. They would give you mercury, arsenic, various things to make you induce vomiting and diarrhea to cleanse you. So this idea of using something natural, people were open to it. In fact, in advertisements for things, they would use the word vegetable. They would use imagery of Native Americans and words. They would even go to the extent of making it words that sounded Native American to use in their advertisements because of making things all natural or being from nature instead of being these harsh chemicals. A couple of those things, let's say if you come into the pharmacy shop and you're complaining of a upper chest cold, maybe some bronchitis, you're having some issues, one of the things I might prescribe to you is this tar water. This is pine tar that we get from the naval stores industry mixed up in water. I get you shake that up real good and drink that down. This has been used going back into medieval times. It's referenced in Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. One of the characters drinking this for stomach ache. One of the other things I could give you is a cherry based medicine using wild cherry bark and or regular cherries if we had access to them, but particularly wild cherry. This, if you had a cough, a cold, a sore throat, you would have this to drink to soothe that. And we still see cherry flavors in cough drops and cough medicine, so we've continued that kind of idea. One of the number one complaints, just like today, was stomach issues. Having problems with your stomach. So I might, have you a concoction from sassafras root and sarsaparilla root beer. These are the flavors in the original root beer, and so it's a good concoction to help soothe your stomach. So you had liquids. If peels like these, the dogwood berries, they came in small cardboard or wooden boxes that I could make that up into some peel forms. So natural remedies. Some of these things work somewhat. Some of them don't really work at all. But something was better than nothing at the time. That placebo effect. Some of these things we still see. I mean, after the Civil War, pharmacists making up these tonics, concoctions with things in them. That's how we get Pepsi. It's how we get Coca-Cola. We still have cherry flavor sodas, root beers. And so some of these things they use for medicinal purposes carry on later into our soft drink industry. Like I said, if you're enjoying these videos, check out more videos on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram with CSS News Civil War Interpretive